It's crazy, but your hardcore Guild v Guild mass PvP game is kinda forcing you to do life scaling. It's time to talk about fishing. Welcome to TL Academy, where we focus on tutorials, guides and explainer videos. This one is going to be about the fishing system in Throne and Liberty, and I'm going to explain everything you need to know about fishing. So let's get right into it. Alright, so why would you even care about fishing in the first place? Well, first of all, there's a lot of foods that provide you buffs that require fish as an ingredient. We can take a look at some lower level dishes like fish pottage that provides you with all endurance and heavy attack evasion that requires some fish to cook. And all the way down we go to, let's say, this dish that gives you skill damage resistance and attack speed that will also require different fish. So, important ingredient for cooking. Other than that, when you go fishing, you have a chance to catch a small loot bag. In that loot bag, again, you have a chance to drop a special material like Tevan Soul or Quinn Bellendir Carpass. These materials, when you combine enough of them, they can allow you to craft a Arc Boss weapon. And then, of course, there are events that run sometimes in the game where you can catch small or big sacks of loot. Basically, it's going to give you solent, it's going to give you unique cooking ingredients that can replace some rare materials for your dishes. So things like that to just progress your cooking and basically progress your character through giving you materials and gold in the game. The idea of fishing overall feels like a mechanic to slowly allow you to catch up to, let's say, people that are able to drop an Arc Boss weapon, and you can just grind it through fishing. I don't know how feasible that would be, but at least that's what it sounds like on paper. Alright, so how do you even start fishing in the first place? Get to the contract coin merchant like this in Stoneguard or in any major town, and you can buy yourself a bamboo fishing rod, the basic fishing rod, and a box with fishing bait. You get that. I have a rod, so I'll just buy the fishing bait instead. You open the box. Boom, you get 50 fishing bait. Now go to your inventory, equip your rod by double clicking, go wherever your Stellarites menu is, click it and select the bait that you have. What you need to know about different baits is that this little bait shrimp is going to increase your chances of catching smaller fish if you're hunting for that. The bait worm is attracting medium fish, and the bait fish fillet will attract larger fish. And then this default bait, the paste bait, and what we need to know about it is that during the last fishing event, this was the only bait that allowed you to fish up the sacks from the event. If there are more differences between various types of bait that surface later, or if I learn additional tips about using different bait, I will leave that in the pinned comment in the comment section below, so make sure to check for that. Alright, so now we're ready to start fishing. We get to the body of water, click our fishing rod, and we press F to cast float. Now, the fishing itself is a mini game, but before I explain to you how it works, you'll see the different stamina bars here. Before I explain to you how it works, I'm going to talk to you about the fishing camera. So let me just reel this in. Alright, success. So they've introduced this fishing camera that you saw, like diagonal camera right here. I'm not a huge fan of that camera, so I'm going to give you a first tip here. Go to the gameplay settings, go to content, scroll all the way down, and fishing camera animation, untick it. What that is going to do is going to stabilize your camera in the middle, so now you have a clear line to your bobber. And once the fish bites, you'll see I'm going to pull the rod and I'm going to see the fish going left or right. From this view, it's much easier to see where the fish is going, and that's going to help us with the mini game itself. So now, how do you fish correctly? You'll have two stamina bars here. For the one is orange, that's fish stamina, and one is green, it's kind of your stamina or your rod tension. So the goal is to deplete fish stamina before it snaps the line. How to do that is to watch the bobber, watch the fish and its movements. If the fish is going to the right, you're going to be pressing A to counter its movements, and you're going to be pulling to the left, so you're going to be pressing A. If the fish is going to the left, you're going to be pressing D again to counter its movements. So now let's try and do that, and watch the stamina, how I'm trying not to ever go all the way down on the green bar. Here we pull the fish and we see it going left, so I'm counteracting with kind of slowly pulling back to the right. And the fish is in my hands now. That's basically all you need to know about the basics of the fishing system. Just counteract fish movement and disable that special camera because, well, at least for me, I think that's a lot easier to see the bobber from far away and see where the fish is moving. Again, boom, it's going to the right, so I'm going to be pulling to the left, and you'll see the fish stamina is depleting. Now it's changed direction, it's going to the left. I've started pulling to the right, and that was an easy catch. All right, now one more tip for you is when you hook the fish, the initial hook that depletes a lot of fish stamina initially is the same keybind as your block skill. For me, it's my mouse button. For you, if it's default, it's probably Q. Now, let's see what happens if you press Q too early, before the fish bites. I did that and I activated my block. Obviously, that means you need to time the Q to kind of successfully hook in the fish. Kind of difficult to do on high ping. So the trick that I will share with you is you go into your skills and you just unequip your block skill. Now that you don't have any block skill equipped, let's start fishing again. And I'll show you what happens when I spam Q, where I spam my block now. I spam it already. I keep spamming it all the way until the fish bites. And since I'm spamming it so quickly, look, I got a perfect hook. As the fish bites, I keep spamming that button and the fish is now on the hook, and it was another easy catch. So, obviously the devs are pretty good. This might be fixed when you're watching this, and the button could be a completely different button that they use for hooking the fish. But right now, when the keybind is shared with your block skill, it's much easier to just unequip your block, and you can keep spamming Q all the way until the fish actually bites for that perfect hook. Spamming now. And we got a perfect hook set again. Now I'm counteracting the fish movement. It's going to the right, I'm pulling to the left. And another easy catch. So that's basically how you play the fishing minigame. I hope that was helpful, and I hope the extra tips were helpful as well. You'll notice that other than the fish, while fishing we also got this small sack. So let's see what you can get from it. So it looks like you're always gonna get some Solant with 100% chance. It just depends how much you get. You have less than 1% chance to get an item from this group, which would be a Queen Bellendir's Carpus Fragment, Tevin's Soul Fragment, Snowflower, or Giant Cordy's Branch. Basically Arcboss weapon fragments that will help you craft Arcboss weapons, or with some of them you can craft better fishing rods as well. Now group 3, you have 3.6% chance to get one Triton Lockstone, not much but nice, and 12% to get a Nature's Jade. Nature's Jade is material that is used to upgrade your fishing rods. I'm going to explain that a little bit later in the video. So let's see what we actually get from this small sack. No, just Solant and one Nature Jade. Okay, that's probably what the usual catch is. Another small detail is that usually for your defensive food, you're gonna look for saltwater fish, like these ones listed on the right. And then for your attack food that uses fish in the recipe, you're gonna look for freshwater fish that you can see also on the right here. So how do you get that? Well, you look for open bodies of water, like all this ocean shore, to catch mostly the saltwater fish, and then you look for these closed bodies of water to catch freshwater fish. That's the basics of how to use the fish in the cooking recipes. Now, something else we need to cover is how to upgrade your fishing rod. Here I am at the Senior Sundries Crafter in Stoneguard. You can go to pretty much any Sundries Crafter and you're gonna have a few upgrades available. So once you have your bamboo fishing rod, the basic fishing rod, you can go to the Sundries Crafter and you can upgrade to steel fishing rod by using your existing fishing rod and 10 Nature's Jade resource. This Nature Jade resource is obtained through various in-game activities, mainly getting it from the Mystic Portals or fishing it out from the actual fishing activity. So you're gonna start accumulating this Nature's Jade as you play and as you do fishing, and eventually you're gonna get 10 and you're gonna be able to do the first upgrade. Now, after the steel fishing rod, you can also upgrade to the Monster Bone fishing rod. You'll see that this one will give you bonus level 2 for fishing, so it's going to be easier for you to fish with these better fishing rods. Now you're going to be using steel fishing rod for the upgrade and 30 Nature's Jade. So that's going to yield you a blue rarity fishing rod, and then eventually you can upgrade to Tevin's fishing rod when you get a Tevin's soul fragment, either again through fishing or through killing Tevin, or I think now it also is going to drop from other bosses as well. Now, another way to get a better fishing rod is literally just do your Mystic Portals. Get the Mystic Keys from the contract vendor and go around, do the Mystic Portals, and you're gonna have a chance to not only drop a fishing rod that I have, for example, which is the Platinum fishing rod with a bonus level 3 for fishing. Now there's some other fishing rods that give you 4 and maybe even higher bonus level as well. Now, what's this bonus level? You can go to your character menu and you can look at fishing. My fishing is level 10, but in reality is 7, plus my fishing rod gives me a bonus level 3 to add to that. So that helps me just to reel the fish easier and basically helps you with fishing. Now, there's not a lot of tricks to increasing your fishing level. Really just go out and fish in different bodies of water. What you can do is you can craft fishing mastery food that is going to help you basically progress through your fishing levels a little bit faster. I think the basic one gives you 15% fishing mastery bonus, and then once you get to level 20 you can craft something that gives you 20% fishing mastery bonus as well. Now, what we quickly covered here in this little guide video is why even fish in the first place, how to fish with the minigame explained, and I've given you some tips on how to make your fishing process a lot easier, and then of course how to level up fishing and improve your fishing rods or get the better fishing rods straight away from doing the content in the game. That's pretty much all you need to know about fishing right now. If you have any other tips or have questions about fishing, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. And remember, in Throne of Liberty, knowledge is currency. So subscribe and let's keep learning together. But for now, Crazy Trick out.